To many sports fans in the Mid-Ohio Valley, the name Ben Howlett holds a lot of meaning. A class of 2021 MOV Sports Hall of Fame inductee, Howlett had an incredible athletic career at Marietta High School. Over the past 8 years, he's helped build West Liberty into a powerhouse program at the Division II level. Now he sets his sights on success at the highest level as he starts a new chapter as the head coach of IU Indy.
Yeah, so, for me, I pretty much an entire new roster. We have one player back from last year's team, and then we've kept a couple, maybe 3 or 4 of the guys that they've signed, but everybody else is new. And, I think for us, realistic goals is, to end up in the upper half of the Horizon League and maybe win a conference tournament game. I mean, I've never been a part of a losing program before, so I don't plan on being a part of a losing program.
Moving from D2 to D1 comes with a new set of rules and expectations. It's a whole different world of college basketball thanks to things like NIL and the transfer portal. Despite all the change, Howlett still wants to build his team the old-fashioned way.
For us, if we're going to try and do this year one, we've got to really attack the transfer portal, and that's what we've done thus far. But, moving forward, we're going to build up with high school players and try to get, local high school players first here in Indianapolis, which is just loaded with talent, and then obviously recruit the state of Indiana very hard as well. But, going back to my roots in Ohio, and that's a state that we want to get into as well.
Howlett hasn't lost touch with his roots. To this day, he's still in contact with people he met in his time as a Tiger.
Yeah, a lot of my basketball knowledge comes from, playing at Marietta High School, and my coach there, Coach Ron Warner, is still very active in my life, and I speak with him, sporadically throughout the season, and he would come up and work my basketball camps at West Liberty every year, and just a lot of good memories there at Marietta High School.
Spending time with former legendary coach of the Hilltoppers, Jim Crutchfield, both as a player and assistant coach, has given Howlett a unique perspective on his coaching philosophy.
Yeah, and obviously, a majority of my basketball knowledge comes from him and just the way he ran the program. And I got to, see it both from a player's perspective and a coaching perspective, and got to see the day-to-day operations as a student assistant, then as a full-time assistant coach, and just got to see how he ran things and more importantly how he conducted his practices. I think our practices at West Liberty were some of the best in the country.
It's been an extremely successful coaching career for Howlett so far, and he has a message for those who may want to follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, just kind of be themselves, and obviously it's good to get obsessed with something, whether it's coaching, whether it's playing basketball, or piano, whatever you may enjoy, but really work at it and get to know as many people as you possibly can in that field, and create some relationships with those people. I think that's really important, and then if you have a goal, just stick to it. If things don't go well early, it's okay. It doesn't mean you fail. Just keep trying, and eventually, if you work really hard, good things will follow.
Coming off a season in which his team averaged over 100 points a game, Howlett brings a fast-paced, fan-friendly style of offense to the Jags. Given how much success he's already had in his young career, the future is bright for IU Indy.